Annyeonghaseyo, I'm Marshallier, one half of Soju for Two, and the next review I'm going to be doing is a Taiwanese drama review, and this is Together, or To Get Her, this sort of play on the word, together, and this one came out, we started watching this when we were watching all of our Taiwanese drama kick, and it's kind of fell to the back burner, and I'm not sure why I didn't review it, because we actually like this one, pretty much like at the top of the list for us. So the main characters for this we've seen in other things. The main male lead is Hero Wong, who plays Mars. The main female lead is Rainy Yang, who plays Momo. And then the second male lead is George Hu, I guess, and it's Wei Jai Sen. And I feel like what makes this drama really stand out for us was these three characters. So, you kind of have like a typical storyline of, he's a superstar, kind of loses popularity with Hero's character, and then we have sort of the quirkiness of Momo's character, the character of Momo, because she's sort of introverted, doesn't have a lot of friends, except for Jai Sen. And Jai Sen's really interesting because he's the captain of the swim team, but he has sort of emotional issues where he never really matured past like the age of like 8 to 10 or something like that. And so he's kind of very innocent and naive, and his relationship with Momo is sort of the most important thing for him. And this dynamic is, I think, what's most interesting, because the chemistry, like, obviously Hero and Rainy kind of play off each other, and there's the quirkiness, and, she kind of doesn't like him, and, like, you can't imagine someone doesn't like him kind of thing, which is definitely interesting. But, there's a lot of quirkiness with that. But I think the love triangle for me is what stands out here, because it's not really a traditional love story. When you're watching this, I think what's interesting is that you're kind of dealing with a love story where Jai Sen, second male lead, loves Momo. Hero's character kind of realizes he loves Momo, and Momo obviously has the most feelings towards Hero's character, but she has trouble admitting it because of how much it would affect Jai Sen. And so sort of her friendship and loyalty towards him is what kind of keeps her from being able to express her feelings. And for me, that was so interesting because it brought up like the ideas of what's worth sacrificing for friends, and what should you sacrifice for your friends, and especially in a unique situation that they were in. I thought that it was such an interesting storyline and really set it apart for me. The bad guy turned good. This is one where Hero's character is obviously supposed to be like somewhat of a jerk in the beginning, and then he gets all of his adorable cuteness throughout the rest of the story. But I think that what's interesting about his bad guy is it's really just sort of like he's way too over-the-top confident in himself, and he doesn't really think about others in the beginning, and then he has a lot more to think about as he sort of realizes that popularity isn't everything. Piggyback rides, that wasn't really a big part of this drama. Kisses, there wasn't really a lot of kisses either. This was one of those dramas where kind of all the anxiety of the relationship was a much bigger part of the story. Fashion, Hero's character, when he's Mars, has sort of interesting clothing, but I think Rainy's clothing is kind of interesting because it's so baggy in order to sort of like cover her up. It was interesting how they sort of chose to do her fashion. And the music in this is obviously great. You have Hero, who's in Fahrenheit, and he's singing in it. You also have Rainy, who's also singing, and they're so multi-talented, all of these artists, so it's really interesting, especially to see them singing. And this was one also I want to mention, like, it was a Taiwanese drama, but Momo, the character of Momo, is obsessed with this prince, I guess it's Kashaba, and she's obsessed with him, and I thought that was so interesting, because to me that seemed very Japanese, the sort of anime character. She has, like, cutouts, and that's how you kind of are introduced to her character. She's kind of taking this cutout back to her home, and wants it to arrive safely, and she sort of relates her life to this, and then, of course, in the end, Hero's character ends up playing her ideal guy, but I think, like, in rating this drama, I would give this a really high rating. I think for me, this was a 9. I think that I would want to watch it again. I loved all the actors in it, and it was unique enough to really stand out for me as a story, and I kind of got very caught up in it. I mean, there are several emotional moments in the story where I think I was sort of shocked by how deep it got when I was kind of thought it was going to be a very shallow drama. So I would really recommend this if you want to see a Taiwanese drama. If you want to see any of these actors, definitely check out Together. Okay, thanks a lot, guys. Bye!